Hello and welcome back once again to M&A Ambassadors Becoming the USP, the Ultimate Sales Professional. Now this is going to be the fourth video in a series or mini series on objection handling. Today I want to talk about a very nice technique that you can use, a subtle technique called neutralizers. You see, we need to understand that clients, when they raise objections, whether it's based on fact or perception, are coming from a place of anxiety. At least they believe in their mind that this is a genuine concern, unless they're using a negotiation counter, in which case it's not an objection, they're actually countering you, right? So when it's a genuine objection, they're coming from a place of concern. So it's very important that before you even attempt to handle the objection is to manage the emotional content at that moment which the client has expressed. So emotions sit in the right brain, the logic sits in the left brain. The answer will need to be logical and factual, supported by evidence. Therefore, I will need to speak left brain language with the client. But he's sitting in the right brain because of the emotion. So the way to bring him over into the left brain is to first meet him in the right brain. And you do that by using a neutralizer. Now, since the client is in the right brain, it really doesn't matter what is the objection. It's the emotion that you're trying to handle here. So since the client is in the right brain, which is all about relationships and trust, use the name of the client at this point. So I'm going to use the proverbial Ahmed as my example, and I'll give you an example. The neutralizer will do two things. The first, it will diffuse the emotion, because we know people don't react to information well when they're emotional. We also know they will not make a very good thought out decision. So I want to cancel the emotion before I give the answer. The second thing the neutralizer will do for you is it will take you out of the line of fire. Now, you may not be the person who created that previous negative experience the client may have gone through. He may have invested in the past and he didn't make money. But the reality is right now you are sitting in front of him with a similar opportunity. So it triggers his memory and now he's going to throw that at you. But when he throws that at you, you cannot get defensive in your reply. So the neutralizer helps you to remove yourself from the line of fire and to bring in a third party. The third party is someone whom this particular client trusts at least more than you when he perceives he's got a concern. He believes in them more. And who is that third party? Investors like him. If it is homeowners, it would be families like yours. So that's how I would bring it in. So let me give you a couple of examples of neutralizers, and then we'll expand on what are called generic neutralizers and specific neutralizers. The specific are the powerful ones, and I'll show you how to make those. So here's an example of a generic neutralizer. Let's take an example of an objection. Dubai is a bubble right now. So what I would do is I would take the name and use an empathy statement. Ahmed, I can see this is important for you. Now that is what we call a neutralizer. Ahmed, I can see this is important, or I'm glad you brought that up, or I understand, or I can see why you feel that way right now, or valid concern. So these are different examples of generic neutralizers. Ahmed, that's a very valid concern. No client is going to get up and walk away from you, but they're going to feel reassured, especially if you say it with the right tone. Ahmed, that's a very valid concern. Or, Ahmed, I can see why you feel that way. Now that's what we call a neutralizer. It brings them from a negative emotional space back to a neutral space, and then I will tag into it what I call the third party. So Ahmed, I'm glad you brought that up. In fact, most of my investors initially felt the same. Here's what they found. Then you would come with your answer. When you say most of my investors, that is the third party. Those are the people that he trusts. So another example of a neutralizer with the third party. Ahmed, that's a very valid concern that you raised. In fact, a lot of my investors, people like you, initially felt the same. Here's what they discovered. Let's say you were selling a home in a community. So I would simply, again, use the name of the client. I'd say, James, I can see this is important. A lot of families who have bought into that community, families like yours, initially felt the same. Here's what they found. So you see, what you're doing here is you are removing the negative emotion, bringing them to a neutral space, and then using third party before you will actually introduce your answer. So that's the formula: name, empathy statement, third party. That's how you neutralize before you even attempt to answer the objection. On the next video, I'll give you a few more examples of neutralizers which are generic, and then we'll work on specific neutralizers and understand why those are powerful. I want to thank you for joining us on this episode of M&A Ambassadors, Becoming the USP, the Ultimate Sales Professional.